How's it going, everybody, or whoever's out there? Well, you know what happened today. Brady officially retired again, supposedly for the last time. Um, he ends his career with a major record here. He finished 286 wins to 97 losses in his career. Put that in. Just sit there and let that sink in. 208. What was it? 296 losses 86 losses and 97 wins. 286 losses, wins. Okay, I'll talk right here in a minute. 86 wins to 97 losses in his career. That's a feat we're never going to see again. We, I won't. Uh, where does that leave the Bucks now? I think pretty much in the same spot they were in going into the offseason. I think they're going to look at Trask, see what Trask is going to do. They're going to work their free agencies, and the cap situation is getting better. Brady saved us some money by retiring there. So I think what the Bucks need to do is deal with Trask for this year, find out what he is, what he's got, and start rebuilding depth on this team. Period. We saw the lack of depth all last year, man, especially in the trenches. So, but man, Brady's gone. $93,000 somebody paid for his retirement ball last year. Cameron Brake caught his last catch this season. Wonder what that one's going to go for. Wonder if the same guy will buy it. Hey, what's up, Sean? How's it going? Yeah, I agree with the Kyle Trask. You know, it is wide open next season. We got to think smart with the team, and Kyle Trask is the best way to go. He's under contract. He's a second round pick, so he's only got an option for the fourth year option, not a fifth year option for Kyle. So we have to find out what he's going to do. Uh, Kyle, Sean, I'm saying stick with Kyle. Rebuild the team. Cap situation's a lot better than it was, but it's still not good. I mean, Brady, I think, but depending on who you listen to, Brady saved us between $9 and $22 million by retiring. The cap went up a lot. It's the highest cap increase for the teams that has ever been in the NFL. So that helps us out a lot. Um, Supposedly, according to Tom Pelissero, there's um, some kind of COVID relief that was supposed to have came to the teams 2 years ago that never got here, and is now it was delayed. And now this year we're supposed to be getting it. I don't know anything about how much it is, how it's going to be divvied up, or anything like that. So, but if it does hit, like he was suggesting, that's supposed to help too. Uh, let's see, what's this one? Trade Ryan Jensen to the Bengals? No, I don't want to trade Ryan Jensen. I don't want to rely on some immature center there to help an immature offensive line out. The center is your captain of your offensive line, man. We saw what happened with Ryan Jensen out last year. It wasn't good. It wasn't pretty at all. We had a Hainsey in there who is a guard. It's his natural position as guard, just like when Marpet took over at that spot. He played okay. It wasn't great. I want a healthy Ryan Jensen at center. I want our tackle Tristan Wirfs. I want Donald, although I don't know what to do with Donovan. He got to renegotiate that contract. That contract's just too much. He's eating up cap space big time. And excuse me, I guess I should turn that off. Um, Donovan Smith's eating up cap space as it is. He's a veteran. I'd like to have somebody. If we're going to draft or bring in replacements for these guys, you got to understand where they're coming from, because we're drafting what, in the 18th or 19th spot, and your best tackles are going to be gone. So you might have to work with somebody in the second or third round to bring a tackle in, and that's going to have to develop that guy. You're not going to get a Tristan Wirfs there. Center the same way. I'd rather have somebody, a veteran there, starting and let them develop the guy behind him. Yeah, Tim. Yeah, I don't see Gage. I don't remember. I didn't see the contracts. I don't know. I think Gage is signed on a 1 year deal. I don't know if Julio is signed on a 1 year deal, but he's probably gone. Julio, Gage. Uh, you might even see Cameron Brate traded. Honestly, I'm the guy who says, why does everybody keep talking about trading Cameron Brate? Well, this year I can actually see Cameron Brate getting traded. This is he's going to get traded off. It's going to be this year. Um, what else was I going to talk about? But there's a lot of work to do with this team, but it's not as bad off as we expected, and it's not as good as we've expected. So the saving grace is the division we're in is a poor division. I would like to see us gather some draft picks this year somehow. I don't care how they do it. I want to gather some draft picks. We saw what the Eagles did with one good draft. Look at them. That was one good draft. And they're looking to draft again this year like that. So if we're gonna keep up with the Eagles and the 49ers in this division, we need to beef this team up with depth. I mean starting caliber depth, not just second string depth or third string depth. We need to have starting caliber depth all over the place. Yeah, that sucks. Playoff Lenny wasn't so lackluster. He might have been not great. We didn't have a running game. Period. We weren't opening running gaps, but Lenny put up over right close to 1,000 yards total offense, dude. So the last 3 years Lenny's been here, he's put up 3,400 yards total offense. So you cannot disregard what he's done. I don't know if I'd trade up. I'd like to trade back, gather picks. One person ain't going to change the chain. Ain't going to add the depth we need. And we do need depth, people. We saw it this year, all year long. I'm sorry. I'm going to respond to this real quick. Okay. Lenny signed for another year at least. He signed a 3 year contract last year, so 1 year. So yeah, he's good through next year on his contract. Um, then we can see what we can do with Lenny. Rashad, I haven't seen enough out of Rashad to say that he can completely replace Lenny. I think Lenny's still your starter there, dude. We just build the team, build through the draft. I've said that year in and year out, year in and year out. Because when you start with the free agents, you're stuck with free agents. I don't want to end up like the Rams. I don't want to end up there. Um, although their cap space is really good right now, but they're always having to search for the next guy in free agency too, because they can't replace them in the draft, and eventually you're going to turn into an old team like those the old Washington team was when what George what's his name was head coach there. He never believed in any young players, and he always kept getting rid of them, and then they just wore out because they aged out. They didn't have a team left. So this is just a pop up. What's your guys' opinions on Brady retiring? Happy? Sad? I mean, you're seeing a legacy. This is I've in 50 years football, I've never seen a player like Brady, not one. So hate him, love him, whatever. You got to respect what this guy's done, man. I mean, he's got 200 more wins on his record than losses. 200 plus. That's amazing. It's simply amazing. I was going to talk about offensive coordinator, but they haven't settled on anything there yet. Monken left, and they're still looking at. They're doing interviews still, so no news to report there. Yeah, I feel about the same way there, Tim. Jimmy G is a free agent, so they have as much chance to re-sign him as anybody in the league does right now. Uh, yeah, we got to see. It's it wasn't it wasn't like Emmett Smith with the Cardinals either. It was we got I think Brady the last gasp of Brady, his best. He got us a Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl with us. Um, got us to the playoffs. That last playoff game was just. I kind of discount this season for the Bucks. Although we made the playoffs, it's going to go in the record books that we made the playoffs this year and won the division. But what did that actually get us? It got us a tougher schedule because for the division win and one and done in the playoffs. Yeah, the Bucks still do have talent on the roster, but they're going to be cleaning. All right. You can. All right. Let's easily assume that Mike Evans will still be on the team. I think Mike Evans is a legacy player for the Bucks. He's going to retire a Buccaneer. Um, Levante David probably will retire a Buccaneer, but there's a lot of spots out there that aren't guaranteed. Um, let's see. None of the secondary is guaranteed to come back. Anybody on that defensive line can be gone except for Vay. I think Vay will stay. Um, there's going to be cuts, and they're going to be deep cuts, and people are going to be upset. Probably me also. But I'd rather see cuts and trades. I would not mind to see a big trade so to grab draft pick somewhere. We're not usually the team that does that, but I would like to see it at least at least once. Going into a draft at 19th with just normal draft picks is just not the way to replace all of it we not lost. And the cap money is still. I don't want to keep dragging backloading that cap money into 2030 or whatever. It's getting ridiculous with that. Every year we have to, and then if we'd have had cap money this year, maybe we could have got a center to replace Jensen when he went down, or had some people come in to replace others, but it just wasn't there. Wasn't in the cards. It wasn't in the coffers. So Brady's gone. We'll probably go with Trask. They might or might not draft somebody in a later round, which I don't know. There's a few quarterbacks that are worth a look in the later rounds. But other than that, anybody else got things to ask? I'll give it a minute. If not, thanks for showing. Yeah, Tim, I agree with you there. I do. I just I don't I he's great. Jason's been really good at free agency. We know that. I just wanted to gather some draft picks. I want to be able to look over our team and see the youth there and not have to worry about cap all the time. And then when we need a free agent or we got a spot that we can bring a free agent in and improve it like that, that's what I want to see. I want to see something like that. The depth on this team has gotten shaky. Behind our starters, we don't have a lot. I want to start drafting starting caliber players for depth. Yeah, William Goldson's a free agent. After all these years, it's hard to believe that he's a free agent, and he actually probably might not be with the team. I honestly I don't see Gold. I see Golson going elsewhere this year. Anybody else got anything to ask? Any opinions? Come on. Not. I'm going to end the broadcast. This was just a short pop up. Ali Marpet retired to finish his college career. Now, whether he comes back after he's graduated, he's got his diploma. I don't know. He may. That's an interesting subject right there. It's something to keep an eye on. That's for sure. I don't know if he's graduated now or not, but it's absolutely a something to keep an eye on. I'd love to have Ali back on the team. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. I'm gonna cut out of here. It was just a quick pop up. Want to see what y'all thought about this stuff. Talk to you later, and see you Thursday night at 9 p.m. on NFL Edition.